Hi, my name is Stephen Murray, and this is The Knoll, an online gathering place for Knoll Lutheran Church and a place to share our community's stories. Despite our best efforts, it's easy to fail at the little things. When we are tired or distracted, we often don't pay attention to what is around us. In this episode, Nick Ralston reflects on a time when he could have been kinder to someone who was just saying hi.
We've heard this as kind of a cliche, and mine is not a story of someone headed on the highway of hell, if you will. Grew up in a Christian home, grew up going to a church, Sunday school, confirmation, and the works. And yet, at the same time, outside of positive camping experiences, my faith honestly didn't feel like my own. Many times we grow up in the church and feel like our faith is maybe our parents, our family members. This is what we do on Sunday mornings, and I very much had that experience. That was until 2009. I was a junior in high school, and it was at the peak of cabin fever, which for you who live in a multi-season area, you know that at the end of winter, it's kind of when people get seasonal depression at its height, and they get cabin fever. So that's what I was experiencing, and I was just not in a good place. I think that I was seasonally depressed. And there was a student who went to my school, we'll call him David, and I was passing David in the hallway. He had said, "Hey, Nick." I had heard him, but didn't really care to answer him, and I completely ignored him and walked by. As I did that, he hung his head low, I could tell from his body posture, and said, "Okay." And I got about 10 feet past him when I snapped out of it and realized that I had just done an awful, awful thing to this person who he was not the most popular student in the school and was at times subject to bullying. And so I turned around and I ran up the stairwell that he went up, and I just tracked him down and said, "David, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that, and I shouldn't have done that." And he was kind of taken aback because I don't think that, at least in our high school, many people were known for owning something like that to someone's face. But I messed up and I owned it. And so that day, I realized that everyone's going through something. People are going through struggles. At that day, David just needed a hi. He needed a hello. And I think I needed a wake-up call. That story has stuck with me for years. Never knowing that the person we pass in the hallway, the coworker at the office, someone in our church sanctuary, what they might have been going through that week. We have no idea. That's a story about me realizing that God can move through those things and having eyes to see what Christ would have me see.
The Knoll is a production of Knoll Lutheran Church in Minnetonka, Minnesota. Pastor J. Rudy, Senior Pastor. Music performed by Matt Cerar and produced by me, Stephen Murray. If you would like to learn more about Knoll Lutheran Church, please visit us on the web at oklutheran.org or check out the live stream of our Sunday worship on YouTube every week at 9:30 Central. If you would like to share your story as part of the Knoll podcast, you can find information on how to get involved on our website. Thanks for listening, and God bless.